This is Crowfall, an MMO that kickstarted over $1.7 million, innovating in a world that was created by the players and destroyed by them too. However, on November 22nd of 2022, the game went down for maintenance and never came back online again. A game with so much artistic design and inspiration gone, never to be seen again. I am going to look into what this game's about and show you what happened to it.
Hi, I'm Gordon Walton, and I've executive produced some games you might have heard of, such as Ultima Online, The Sims Online, Star Wars Galaxies, and Star Wars The Old Republic.
Hi, and I'm J. Todd Coleman. I'm the creative director of Shadowbane, Wizard 101, and Pirate 101.
And we're the founders of Artcraft Entertainment.
Gordon Walton and J. Todd Coleman. These guys have transformed video games as you know it. Gordon Walton's work goes as far back as the mid to late 80s, working on PET computers, creating video games for that, all the way to Star Wars The Old Republic, to vice president and executive producer at Walt Disney Studios, specifically for the Austin branch. Todd Coleman, on the other hand, has produced Wizard 101, Pirate 101, Shadowbane, and has transformed his work into this game, Crowfall. J. Todd Coleman knew that the game he created, Shadowbane, in 2003, still had so much potential for a big hit and success. You could almost call Crowfall Shadowbane's successor.
So our goal at Artcraft is to create a new type of online experience, something that hasn't been done before.
I want to play something with the intensity of a season of Game of Thrones, only in a game setting.
Yeah, exactly. Allies, enemies, alliances, betrayal, conquest. These are the components that we feel are lacking in today's online experiences.
And we're going to change that.
So Crowfall is a mix of a massively multiplayer online role-playing game and a strategy game. The problem is those are two very, very different genres. Most people are using voxels for creation. They're using them to create sandboxes where people can build. We're using them for a very different reason. We're using voxels for destruction.
Players can do everything from blow holes in walls. They can dig tunnels and siege from below.
The idea of coming around a corner, finding another player, shooting a fireball, hitting a wall, blowing that up, and having that fall down on that player.
This all sounds great, which is why it attracted so much money on Kickstarter. However, actions speak louder than words. How do these ideas translate to the game itself? To start off with, the classes in this game look a bit uninspired. The races, however, I enjoy the art direction and style. I'd like to give credit to sorrowh, who provided this gameplay. I like the art direction for the game, however the game itself looks unfinished and scrappy. It looks pieced together. And leveling up by just walking out and talking to the first NPC is not a great look either. The UI also looks unfinished, or as if no effort was put into it. First quest is to kill 2 wolves, which I guess is pretty on par with the Game of Thrones. I also don't mind the world design. For a game that's designed in Unity, this is not bad at all, especially the performance. Now, how about large-scale combat? Apparently this is where the game's bread and butter is. I think the outdated graphics are really showing here, especially the lighting system. All of these spells that are being used are not reflecting on the environment around them. While performance-wise it seems decent, I'm really not seeing the huge appeal behind it, although it looks like it can be fun for a bit. I would say overall, this is a half-baked game and idea. However, something doesn't feel right. This company received $35.7 million at this point in time.
Holy crap, you guys. So it's like the 26th, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and you guys have just done the impossible.
Yeah, we've raised almost $18 million between Kickstarter and our website.
Crazy.
And we've hit the 17,000 backer reward between, again, Kickstarter and our website. So you guys did it.
Which means we're going to be unlocking the Centaur Relic, that's a 17k backer, and as a thank you, we're going to also be giving the Stoneborn Relic to everyone above contributor.
And I promise we're not going to all run away with your money and have a nice vacation in Hawaii. You can track us on our website, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and if your friends didn't get in with the Kickstarter, we'll still have ways for them to contribute and be a part of the fun.
Just come to crowfall.com.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gordon.
So again, thank you guys so much. We couldn't be more...
Using the Wayback Machine, you can see that in 2015, most of their funding came via crowdsourcing. They kept on creating stretch goals until 2018 when they just released the flat-out numbers while creating headlines like this. Going into 2020, they announced that they had made $35 million in total funding. And from Artcraft Studios themselves, they said that there was no money problems because the engine was licensed. The pandemic caused massive job loss, and for this company, they were no exception. Why were they no exception if they were having no money problems? In fact, within 2 months of saying that they have deep pockets, they applied for a PPP loan for companies that are struggling during COVID. So they were granted $1.6 million. 2 months after this comes the launch of the game, July 2021.
And I backed this thing, and I bought the $200+ package down for maintenance, saying they were going to address it. So I sat on my stream for about 2 hours, and I finally decided to take a nap because I had been up early, and I was going to take a nap and come back. When I came back, I expected things to be back up, but they weren't.
That's about all I can take of this game. I appreciate you looking out for your boy, you know? You did the research for me. So, should you end up playing this game, I think if you like predatory monetization, incredibly boring combat, and a tedious leveling grind, could be the game for you.
Once we hit this, it's a lot cheaper than that for the starter price. It just says 0 now. Okay, well, I'm gonna try logging in. It says welcome to Crowfall. Down for maintenance. No! Yeah, still says down for maintenance.
My first game job on Shadowbane was I started in December of '99, right? So I've been doing this over 20 years, and I have never been on a project that didn't ship, and I've shipped 4 games.
Not even 3 months after release, the founders of Artcraft Entertainment sold their company to Monumental Incorporated. And on November 22nd of 2022, Monumental Incorporated shut down the game for maintenance indefinitely. And to this day, has still not been brought back up. Please, if you enjoyed this video and liked it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're looking for more content.